Finally, Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1. We finally got it done, guys, against relegation fodder. Finally, we get a result against a team that is absolute garbage. We couldn't do that against Southampton. We couldn't do that against West Ham, but we could do it against Chelsea. By God, we could do it against Chelsea. I'm going to be honest with you. I only caught probably 65% of the game. I saw the goals, incredible goals from Odegaard and Jesus. I want to get into it. Get your comments in, smash the likes. Let's discuss it right after the intro.
Saka tries one.
On the power play, Sakic fakes it, takes it, scores! Joe Sakic, power play goal!
Welcome, everybody. Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1. I am absolutely gassed. You want to know why? Because I don't have to get on here and get mad. Believe it or not, that's a welcome change for me. I've had one of those days where I'm like, you know what would really just top it off? Arsenal losing at home to Chelsea. But we didn't. We got the job done. We got the 3 points, and we sent Chelsea to the Shadow Realm. So I'm very, very excited about that. 4 people inside. Smash the likes. I see that Tim and Pete are back. Let's just go through these comments really, really quick. DJ Sinclairo, my guy Ollie. What's up, brother? What's up? Silly little man is coming at Arsenal, and that's where the money is on YouTube. He's a plastic. I don't even have I have 151 subscribers. By the way, I have a subscriber for all the 151 original Pokemon, by the way. So which one do you guys want to take? Congratulations to me. Yeah, 150. Holy crap. Thank you guys for getting me up to 150. That's awesome. He seems like a right wanker. It seems like Pete Haywood and Tim are having a conversation with themselves. So yeah, it is what it is. Luca inside. Come on, you Gunners. Exactly. There we go. Drew, bottle job, Gunners. Big up TJ. Is it too late? Big up yourself, Drew. Yes, it is too little too late. I'm glad you asked. It is too little too late because I don't see Man City losing a game. But, it is what it is. I'm just glad to see a team out there that gave effort and was wanting to win. Leave it up to freaking Martin Odegaard to show up against relegation fodder. You knew he was going to come out. You had a feeling that, the game doesn't really mean much at this point. We're really only fighting to keep second place. He doesn't show up for big games. This wasn't a big game. He gets a brace. Shocker, right? Not really. Jamino, big up, bro. Big yourself up, Jamino. My prediction was spot on, by the way. You are welcome, my friend. You are welcome. I'm taking home the belt for the American Idiot predictions this week. I'm pretty sure. Oh my, you have a couple of losers in here. It's one loser having conversations with himself, Sports Carnage, but thanks for stopping by, my man. Smash a sub if you're new, by the way, everybody. Good to see you, Sports Carnage. Good to see you. Arsenal, forever. I hate the fact that we took our foot off the gas when the game was comfortable and we stopped pressing play and sat back a little in the second half. Could have been 5 or 6. I mean, I see where you're coming from on that, for sure. I mean, Chelsea are no Southampton, right? So it is what it is. That being said, we put in the shift. The right guy showed up today. And when I saw that lineup, I was nervous. And if you weren't nervous for that when you first saw that lineup, I think you're lying to yourself, because if you see Kiwior and Jorginho starting, squeaky bum time, right? But I was glad to see Trossard get the start. I think he earned it. A lot of people were saying that they didn't think Martinelli deserved to be put off, but honestly, I didn't think we needed him. It turns out we didn't. So, Sports Carnage, whack that sub, bro. That's what I'm talking about, Sports Carnage. Thank you, my man. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it, my brother. Appreciate it. Exactly, Arsenal forever. Where was it when it really mattered? It mattered 3 weeks ago is when it mattered. So can we be happy about the win? Yeah, absolutely. But we're still mourning the fact that we bottled the league. it is what it is. I'm not coming in here happy without knowing what the actual truth is. I know that we're done for the league. Unless there's a massive issue that happens with Man City, I don't see him losing a game the rest of the season. I really don't. Like, people say that they might run into some trouble against Brighton, but honestly, Brighton are getting beat by Nottingham Forest. Like, Brighton are so hot and cold. I don't see him dropping points the rest of the season. I really don't. Anybody, feel free to leave your comments in, and I'll respond to the comments as we move through here. But yeah, I really think that we're done. We're done. I don't think we were brilliant in the second half. We can't only play one half against Newcastle. Yeah, that's true. I really think that Newcastle's going to be a completely different game. I really like the way that Mikel Arteta managed this game. I think, man, I must have been just giving Chelsea way too much credit. I really must have, because once I saw that lineup, I was like, man, I don't know. But honestly, Arteta played it well. You got to give him his flowers a little bit there. Kiwior played just fine. Jorginho put in a shift. Trossard again was great. Granit Xhaka with 2 assists. Great assists over to Odegaard. I mean, Chelsea, but let's be honest, Chelsea's defense is absolutely dead. I would not be surprised if they don't win a game the rest of the season. They are dross. They are in relegation trouble. I cannot believe I'm saying that. They have 9 points. They're 9 points off the relegation zone. The teams below them have a game in hand. So if they don't win, or if they don't squeak out another 3 points and reach that 40 point safe mark, they might be in legitimate trouble. But I don't really care about Chelsea. Long may it continue. It would be incredible to see the European champions of 2 years ago playing in the championship. I would love it. I'd bathe in it. I don't really care. Too little, too late, Dave. I agree. It is too little, too late, but I'm still going to celebrate a win. A win is a win. If there's one thing we haven't been seeing enough from this team was killer instinct, and they did today. They played with killer instinct, at least in the first half. If it was a different team, they would have equalized in the second half. Arteta is shit. I mean, that's overall the last couple of months he's been shit. Today he managed it very, very well. I'm not going to shit on Arteta. He put in the substitutions at the right times. I think he kept us in a good position to be healthy going into that Newcastle game. And with Chelsea playing the way they are and freaking Azpilicueta in the back, that game was just begging for somebody to get injured and for us to go into the Newcastle game with a weaker squad than we already have. So I'm like, I can't shit on Arteta all the time, guys. I would like to, but I think he managed the shit out of the game. I mean, I'd give him an 8. I'd give him an 8 for the way that he managed that game. I really would. I would say you always say that. Give him his flowers. Only joking, man, but I notice these things. Well, I always say what I mean, and I mean what I say. If I say give him his flowers, give him his flowers. I do repeat a lot of the same sayings. Until I increase my vocabulary, I really don't know what to tell you, Jaminho. Do you have a thesaurus that you can send me from Ireland? Taib, big up, man. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming on over here, Taib. I know you all have choices in your streaming entertainment, and the fact that you are here at TJ Warren TV means the world. So I really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate it, my guys. I love how happy you are, man. Love to see it. Big up, TJ. Hey, big up, Amir. I can be happy if my teams win, and they haven't been winning lately. I mean, really, I got started on YouTube 2 months ago, and I got to see 2 wins. I haven't done a match reaction after a win. I just started doing instant match reactions. So there you go. We got legends in the chat here. Don't forget to drop a like, people. Absolutely. Smash a like. We are having a blast out here today. Why not have some fun? We might have bottled the league, but hey, we beat Chelsea 3-1, and it's always fun to win a North London derby. Big up, Jez. I'm so glad that you're here, my man. I hope your family stuff went well. Big up, big up, big up. Dal, my co-host. Dal, how you doing, my man? I know you are gassed after that game. Oh, man, he's here. I just noticed that you came in here. Let's go. All right, let me get through these comments here real quick, Connor, and then I want to get your take on the game because honestly, man, I didn't pay enough attention to it. I'm gonna be honest. Work absolutely killed me.
Of course, it's 2 o'clock over there or 3 o'clock over there.
Yeah, I saw the goals. I even saw the Medweke goal. But I'm gonna need to watch a lot of that back. But I put the stream out there. I got to do it, right?
Yeah,
the show must go on.
100%.
Zinni out. Okay, well, I don't disagree with that. He really didn't make much of an impact today, did he? Nope, I don't think so. Yep, send you the Jaminho special thesaurus. Yeah, Connor. Apparently, I repeat phrases.
Oh, do
I
you?
didn't know if you knew that. Yeah, I repeat phrases. I say give him flowers, all that stuff. Like Jaminho was giving me shit.
Never noticed.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Me neither, apparently. Inspan TV, big up. Thanks for swinging by, my man. I appreciate it. Hold on. I'm gonna start this one, Amir, and I'll get back to it. I really do want to address that because I've been asked that a couple of times. Big up, everybody. Big up. London is red. Absolutely.
18 people in the video, in the stream as well. Big up to all
absolutely.
You,
big up everybody. Everyone. Yeah, everybody. Everybody's awesome. Yeah. Keep it going. 20 now. We're up to 20, baby. Let's keep going.
One.
Big up, Connor and TJ. Salute each of you in the chat. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Big up everybody in the chat. Yeah, everybody. Not TJ, you said that at least 5 or 6 times. Not today, but like maybe over the last couple of streams. Yeah, absolutely. When I need to big somebody up, I'll give them his flowers. Okay. All right. So let's talk about it. I'm gonna go off first. I think Chelsea's defense is so shocking. They're so bad, dude. Like those crosses in. I mean, it was the same cross in from Xhaka for both of those goals. Like, what do you think about it?
I think it's such a shame because I feel bad for the likes of Thiago Silva because I don't know if you caught it, but we nearly had a shot that did go in, but Thiago Silva cleared it off the line.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Done a little keep you up and then kicked it out. And I thought he's a great defender, and he still is at 38 as well. He's fantastic. And it's just unfortunate that his teammates at the back can't deal with him. Aspilicueta, he should have been moved on ages ago. He's shocking.
I agree.
Yeah, he's shocking. Fofana wasn't at it today. To be fair to Chilwell, he did put in a shift, especially going forward. I only think that him and Madueke really did put in a shift for Chelsea. Everyone else was pretty much garbage. Kante had his moments here and there, but apart from that, no. It's such a shame, really, because no, it's not. No, actually, no, it's not a shame. But I do feel for Chelsea fans because they are bad, like they are. But I'm quite disappointed that we did concede, but Zinchenko. But we'll get onto that later. But yeah, they're bad. They're really bad. And in a sense, I did feel quite good for Madueke because he was the only one really trying today in that attack. None of them tried. Aubameyang didn't try for them. And the problem with Aubameyang is, in my opinion, as much as you probably want to banter him because he went to Chelsea, they're not playing the way he likes to play. He likes the ball being fed through to him. That's not the way Chelsea play. Like I saw him. I was watching him. He was waiting for that ball to be passed to him. Aubameyang doesn't press. He doesn't do any of that. He just waits for the ball to be fed through to him. Then he can try with his pace, run through, which doesn't have much anymore of that pace, by the way. And they just didn't get the service. That first half, we were all over them. We barely gave them a shot. And Ramsdale with a fantastic save from Ben Chilwell. That was fantastic, by the way.
I think if Chilwell scores that, the game starts turning into like a West Ham type situation.
I definitely think they'd have got more momentum. But you cannot fault. That was a fantastic save from Aaron Ramsdale. But yeah, overall, good performance. I mean, the second half, I don't know what it is with us. It feels like whenever we're playing really good, we'll go out into a second half and we won't try as good as we did. It's a bit weird. It's like I feel like Arteta goes into that halftime dressing room and he was like, he'd be like, all right, we're 3-0 up now. Just don't bother. Like, why don't we go for 6? Like, they beat us 6-0 at the Bridge. Let's go and do it 6 there. But we didn't, unfortunately. Fair play to Martin Odegaard. Turned up today. I thought he was fantastic. This is the Martin Odegaard I want to see constantly. This is the Martin Odegaard. This is the captain I want to see constantly. He was leading out there. The passes he was making were fantastic. It's just and the annoying thing is, TJ, I know it's Chelsea, but they're 12th. Why couldn't we do this against West Ham and Southampton? Especially against Southampton when we were at home. Why can't we play like we played today against Southampton? I don't understand it. It's so annoying. It's stuff like this which really annoys me when I wish, because we may look back at it at the end of May when if City win the league, that these were the games that cost us the league. And it's such a shame because how can we play such good football today and dominate the likes of Chelsea And don't forget, Chelsea haven't conceded many goals this season. I know they're
Nope.
low, but they haven't conceded many goals. You know, I think this is a game where they've conceded. I think they haven't conceded no more than 2 goals since the Leicester game when they actually. No, it wasn't Leicester. Can't remember. But I don't think they conceded 3 goals for a while, if I'm correct.
Nope.
But it's just so annoying how we can have performances like this today, but we can't produce it against West Ham and
Southampton. Yeah.
But no, overall, it was a great performance. I'm loving that Jesus got a goal. Xhaka with 2 assists. He's back to full flow again. He shouldn't have played the other day. I think starting Jorginho was a great move. I did say it in the chat, in the Instagram group chat. I said it. I think that was a great move from Arteta. I think tactically he managed the team very well today. We weren't doing much. We were doing the inverted stuff, but we weren't doing it too much, in my opinion. We weren't overflowing it.
Right.
Saka just kept having the ball fed to him. He was doing fantastic. I'm very surprised he actually carried on for the amount of time he did. I thought he'd gas out by the second half. He didn't. Trossard had his moments. It's a shame he couldn't get on the scoreboard. Jesus was trying his arse off today. He was pressing all the time. He was fantastic. But hey, it's 3 points. That's all we can do now. It's all we can take from these next 4 games.
I'm telling you. I'm
telling you. Kivior, he really stood up today, and
He played well.
Chelsea, and I know they're bad. I mean, he didn't have much to do, but under pressure, I thought he was very good today, and I think that's a good first game in the Premier League. So hopefully, I do believe he'll probably start these next 4 games in the league. Let's just hope he can carry it on because he was very good today. But I'm not going to get ahead of myself and say he's the next big thing because we don't know. But I'm gonna say to him he done very well today, and I'm very.
Are you gonna give him his flowers, Connor? I'm gonna keep saying that. Just to
I'll give him a pat on the back because
there you go, pat on the back. There you go.
Chelsea. I know Chelsea have been awful this season, but it is Chelsea at the end of the day. And fair play to him. He put in a shift. He done very well because I was very worried about him today, but he done well. And it's good to know that we've got someone better than Rob Holding at the moment. So
yeah. Absolutely. I mean, and Kiwior ruined, or I think it might just take a little bit to get into the squad. And honestly, like I would love to be proved wrong. Okay, I am more than happy to say, you know what, I was wrong about so and so player. Yeah. I'm happy to do that. But you know, and if it just takes a few games for him to get his level and get comfortable in the center back position for us, great.
Yeah.
Great. Too little too late for this season. But if he ends up being a talent for the future, why not? Why not? Yeah. I was very impressed with him today. Extremely impressed. You know who else I was impressed by today?
Who?
I cannot believe I'm going to say this. And you already mentioned his name, but I'm going to say it again. Granit Xhaka.
He was fantastic.
Man, he was great. He was fantastic. Getting in deep, getting balls where they needed to be. I mean, you know, the guys leave it to me to shit all on the guys. Like I really went in on him the last match reaction. I listened back to that the other night and I'm like, oh, okay, I might have gone in a little too far on him, but they must have been listening. That's what I'm saying, Connor. One of the 9 people watching the stream right now is Martin Odegaard and Granit Xhaka. I know that they're watching on their phone in the dressing room right now saying, you know what, TJ, saw it off. So real quick, let's go through some of these comments. There was a comment in there. When was the last time asking when was the last time that Arsenal kept a clean sheet at home? I think Jerminho asked that.
Oh, mate.
And that was back against Everton, 4-0.
Was it really?
Yeah, 4-0 and against Everton. When was that? It was months ago.
That was
March 1st. Yeah. March 1st. So it's been 2 months, almost to the day.
And that was the exact same team, bar Saliba was in the side.
Yep.
And you had Trossard in for Jesus, but still.
Yeah.
That's the same team. So why?
I mean, today? Exactly. And I also want to let me get through these comments, and then I want to talk about Aubameyang real quick because that guy. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I just saw the message saying
clean sheet. Nothing personal.
Yeah, nothing personal. There's nothing personal about your game either. And Cuckoo's going to be another Enzo at Chelsea. Well, I hope not for them. I mean, Enzo. I don't know.
No, I think he could be all right. I think he had his moments today. I say that he probably had about one good tackle that I saw, but I think he's definitely a standout player for Chelsea. Just a shame that he won't be playing Champions League football. Actually, any European football next season, but it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Tony says no one told the players April Fool's was only the first day, not the whole month. Okay, that's really funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's fucking hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. Big up Jez in the chat. Yeah, I know. I saw those clowns in here. It's fine. They're gone. They just bomb my chat and then leave, which okay.
They got
cool.
blocked.
They got blocked again. They're in the dressing room listening to the Kansas City Shuffle. Big up Kansas City, baby. Coming to you live from Kansas City. Coming to you live. Yeah, and I picked up on what you were talking about during the game, just watching Aubameyang. He wants to get fed.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have the synergy with this team. I mean, when was the last time he played in the Premier League?
November of last year.
November of last year, and he didn't even get into the team for the Champions League.
Yeah.
So this was his first game in months.
Oh yeah, I don't even know. All he's been doing is training and playing Fortnite. That's all he's been doing.
Yeah. So what is Frank Lampard thinking? Is he trying to get them relegated with playing these lineups that he's playing? Like I saw the lineup for the rest of the team. Yeah, I could understand, but playing Aubameyang up there after not playing him, and you kind of saw that in the lack of synergy that they had getting him the through balls.
I mean, well, first of all, I'm shocked he played a 4 at the back. I'm shocked by that because they're normally a 5 at the back, which I thought was weird. But then also you've got João Felix. I'm like, why aren't you playing João Felix? You got him for a reason. He's on loan for a reason. At least make some use out of him. And I think Frank Lampard even came out and said he wants to use Aubameyang because, it's Arsenal. Hopefully he's got a bit more motivation. Well, that worked, didn't it? It didn't work. It didn't work against him at Stamford Bridge. It's sad to see, man, because do you know what? As much as we like to banter, I don't hate Aubameyang. I personally don't.
I don't either.
The problem is Graham Potter didn't even want him. It was another Todd Bowley move. Graham Potter didn't want Aubameyang when he first arrived.
Yeah, I know that was a Tuchel signing. That was right before. I think that was right before Tuchel got.
It was a Tuchel. Of course, it was. That's why. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, you're right. No, yeah. So if Tuchel was still there, probably would have done a better job. He had him at Dortmund, but. Yeah, it's sad but at the end of the day, TJ, I don't even know why it's sad. He's nearly 34. He's coming to the age of retirement. He's not the striker he used to be. I bet his pace is definitely gone. That was just a ridiculous move, in my opinion, and to start him today, even if it was his old club. So what?
I think Frank is just rolling the dice at this point to try to get him points.
He's terrible. He's not a manager. He needs to. If you want to be that close to Chelsea, mate, go on the board, do something. But you're not a manager. I'm sorry. You had that one good season at Derby, but you didn't even get them promoted in the end. He's not a manager.
I don't.
So
I've never seen somebody fail upwards.
Yeah,
so effectively than Frank Lampard. If I did that well at my job or that bad at my job, I would be sweeping streets. It's terrible. Not that sweet. Not that that's a bad thing. No, I'm just saying.
Any job's good.
Brutal. Anybody who performs like that should be canned. All right. Yeah. So I honestly cannot believe that Chelsea fans aren't rioting in the streets right now. Or maybe they are and I'm not paying attention.
Yeah. Well,
that was abysmal.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the same, TJ. Personally, and same with Liverpool. I don't think Liverpool and Chelsea seasons are being talked about enough. I think if this was Arsenal, and maybe it's just me because I'm an Arsenal fan and I watch more Arsenal news and all that, but I just feel like it's not being talked about enough this season. With Chelsea especially. I know they've been bad, but it's like people have just sort of given up on it. If this was Arsenal, I feel like we wouldn't hear the end of it, especially when we were 20th last season for 3 games. We didn't hear the end of it. I know it was only 3 games, but maybe it's because they're riding it out. They've been mid-table Chelsea for the whole season practically. And even Liverpool having a bad season. And Chelsea fans and Liverpool fans are saying, oh, we'll be back next season. You may be, but I don't think Chelsea will. I know they've got Pochettino coming in. I don't think that. Well, it's interesting. With Poch, I watched him at Spurs, and you can just tell by the way he was at Spurs. Top four. Competed once for a title, but then they bottled it against Chelsea in the iconic thing with Mark Clattenburg.
Right.
But that game was brutal, by the way. But yeah, I don't see Chelsea. I think personally, people may disagree. I think they should have gone for Luis Enrique. I know Luis Enrique denied them. I think he should have been the manager to take the job. I know he's only been working with the national. Was it the Spain national team? Was it the Portugal manager? I think it was Spain or I can't remember. I think it was Portugal.
Yeah, Portugal.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. I know he's only worked with the national team, but he's a good manager. I'm surprised he wouldn't even looking in at Zidane. I thought Zidane would have been a good manager for Chelsea. I just don't think Poch will take Chelsea where they want to go, which is back competing for the titles. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. But
go ahead.
yeah.
Sorry.
No. I just think Todd Bowley's going to run that club into the mud. I do.
No, and you're seeing it. I mean, and I've said this before, so excuse me if you've heard it before, but he is proving the quintessential American ownership myth from some of our English friends. Absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Like this guy is going in, he's blowing up, he's blowing up contracts, he's signing these people to these long-term deals.
Ridiculous.
He's running Chelsea like he runs the LA Dodgers, where he thinks he can just plug in whoever at the best at this position and be like, oh yeah, you're good. No need for synergy, no need for nothing. It's not like you can just, buy an outfielder and he can go out there and catch a ball and throw it in. Like it doesn't work like that. And I know that is how he thinks it is. Like he has to learn so much in so little time. Otherwise, I mean, he might get these guys relegated. And I'm not, and that's not even a joke. Like I am not taking the piss.
And that's why I respect people like Ryan Reynolds and I can't remember the other guy. Is it Rob
McElhenney?
Rob McElhenney, that's it. I respect them because when they did go to Wrexham originally, when I watched the documentary, as the Wrexham fans were, big up Minerals, as the Wrexham fans were, they were very speculative. They didn't think that they thought that this was a cash grab for them. They're just coming here to just for a laugh. They don't know what they're doing. And to be fair, at the beginning, they didn't know what they were doing. But at least they had the respect to not go in and be idiots and go for a top club in the Premier League. They respect their club. As you can see, they're taking them up the right road. And it's people like these American owners, i.e. Todd Bowley. I'm not going to say too much about the Kroenkes because one, I can't be asked, and two, we've been all right this season, so I'm not going to go at them too much. But with Bowley, I'm sorry, you are not spending. Again, I don't think it's been talked about enough. People, these guys spent 500 million in that window, and they're 12th. If we done that, we'd be calling for the Kroenkes heads. But Chelsea fans aren't going to call out Todd Bowley because he's giving them what they want, which is players. They've got Nkunku coming in the summer. As long as they buy players, Chelsea fans won't care. I don't think they will. It's ridiculous. And that's classic Chelsea for you. I genuinely believe as long as Todd Bowley splashes out the cash, another 500, they won't care.
Yeah.
They won't care. They say, oh, we'll be back next season. I don't think they will. I don't think they'll be challenging at least, like they think they will. I mean, the fact that it's just ridiculous how they thought they could bring in 20-odd new players or whatever they've brought in and think they could build a squad around it. I mean, look at Nottingham Forest. They've built a whole new team and look at them now. They're literally next to them in the table. Says a lot, doesn't it? So good luck to Poch. I don't think he's going to do a good job there, mainly to the fact is that I don't think he's going to work well with these players, but we'll wait and see. Honestly, we'll wait and see.
And that's the big thing, right? Is that he had a lot of young players, like young studs, when he was out there at Spurs, getting them to the Champions League final, right? This is a completely different scenario where you have players like Raheem Sterling. You have players like that you have to deal with. Hopefully, he's not around for Chelsea. Like Azpilicueta, Conor Gallagher, like these players that are good in their own right, but do they fit into a system? You don't know because you haven't seen a system at Chelsea this entire season or one that's consistent, right? So that's one of those things where I will be. It will be very, very interesting to watch Chelsea next year. I would love for them to not be a threat, but if Poch actually does get them together
in the Championship,
I don't honestly think they're going to get relegated.
No, they could be down there, but no, not relegated.
They're scraping. I mean, I think they're going to get like I'm thinking like 17.
Well, what's their next couple games? I know their last 3 is Newcastle, City, and Man United. I think it's Bournemouth, isn't it, at home?
Let's take a look. Let's take a look here. Because why talk about Arsenal? Because there's really not much to talk about.
Well, yeah, we won. That's what it is. We've probably won the league. So
exactly.
So they got Big up Tony.
Big up Tony Claude's in here.
Yeah, man.
Big up Tony, my man. Thank you, man. Absolute legend, Tony Claude. If you're not subscribed to Tony Claude, no, if you're here, you're already subscribed to Tony Claude. Come on, the guy's a legend. But if you're not, go subscribe to Tony. Okay. Chelsea got Bournemouth away. They got Forest at home,
Yeah,
Man City away,
that should be an L.
Man United away, and Newcastle at home.
Yeah.
I honestly, they have to get points out of Bournemouth or Forest because they're not getting points out of those other three.
Well, Bournemouth are currently up ahead of them. They're currently on top. They're top of them. So I genuinely think I watched that clip from Troops the other day when he was with Lewis, Carefree Lewis, and he was like, "Do you know how deep this is? We're up here checking Man City v Fulham. These men are checking the Bournemouth score." he was like, AFC Bournemouth are currently on top of Chelsea Football Club. I thought that was hilarious. Like, and do you know what? The only team I think they can get points out of is probably Nottingham Forest. I genuinely do think Bournemouth could pull something off against Chelsea. I'm being serious, and I don't think they'll beat United, and I don't think they'll beat Newcastle. So good luck to them. Good luck.
I mean, Bournemouth pushed us to the brink. Like, I'm not saying that Bournemouth are bad. I call them to get relegated at the beginning of the season? Yes, but they're going to stay up. They're staying up. So good on them. I mean, and for the infrastructure that they have and the team that they have, I mean, that ownership, you got to tip your cap.
Yeah.
Let's go through the stuff here. Yeah, Jaminho. Let's hope Chelsea can pull a miracle against City.
Actually, yeah, let's hope they do.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think
you might as well just buy a lottery ticket at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, big ups everybody in the chat right now. We got 9 inside. Smash a like if you have not already. I'm gonna go back to this. Oh yeah, one last comment on Aubameyang, by the way. I think this is probably going to be his last year in the Premier League. I think this is going to be his last year. I think this. I said this in our Instagram chat. I think he's going to be playing in MLS next season. Yeah. I think he will be at LAFC next season. I don't even know how much longer does he have on his Chelsea contract.
I think they signed him for 2 years, didn't they?
Yeah. So I bet you, I'm willing to bet that they loan him out.
Well, see, Barca are linked with him again, but I think that's just ridiculous because he's not going to play ahead of Lewandowski. Let's be real. He's not going to play on the wing because he doesn't want to play there. So I don't see why they need to buy him back. What's the point? He's 34. Yeah, sorry, long-haired Jetty. I think no. Listen. Respect to Nottingham Forest. I definitely think you'll stay up, in my opinion. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I watched that game against. Actually, say that they beat Brighton 3-1, didn't they? So maybe they can beat Chelsea as well because Chelsea are worse than Brighton.
Well, so, I'm still firmly in the who I think Forest are going to stay up, Yeti. I'm not talking shit, but what I am going to say is that it's going to be between these four. It's going to be Leicester, Leeds, Everton, Southampton.
I reckon it'll be Leicester. I think it can be Southampton, Leicester, and Leeds. Have you seen Sam Allardyce is now coming into Leeds? They've sacked their director of football. They're about to sack Javi Garcia. Leeds is a mess. And they brought in what's it called? Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie. In my opinion, 2 really good midfielders. They're going to want to leave if they get sent to the Championship.
There's no way that Tyler Adams belongs in the Championship. There's no way. No, sorry. I'm speaking up for my American brother. He's one of the.
He was at Leipzig. He was in Europe, and now he's going to be in the Championship. So God, I'd be leaving straight away, mate. That club's a shambles. The only reason he went to Leeds was because Jesse Marsh was there, and he was building the MLS All Stars. That's why.
Yeah,
that's why he was there. But yeah, one thing I did want to quickly go on, TJ, was about today's game because this is a match, of course.
Absolutely.
We've got to figure out this whole Zinchenko situation, man. I'm being serious now because it's getting ridiculous at this point. I am sick and tired of saying he's good going forward, but he's crap defensive. I mean, having Zinchenko at left back is like having a boy in an all-girls school. He doesn't belong there. He shouldn't be there. But, that's how I like to put it. He's not. I don't understand. And if Mikel, I swear to God, if Mikel has eyes and he saw that mistake, because I don't like to single out players, but I'm sorry, Zinchenko was the reason we conceded today. He wasn't marking his man. He was too busy ball watching and didn't realise Noni Madueke was behind him. So he's got to leave left back, man. And the problem is he won't. And I wouldn't drop Xhaka now, obviously, because he's been so good today. We are in a situation now where it's now becoming a little bit difficult to drop midfielders at this point, unless you put him in Partey's position. But then again, Jorginho was very good today. I mean, if I'm going to be honest with you, TJ, I'd put Tierney in over Zinchenko next week, and I'd keep that same team that we played against Newcastle, in my opinion. And I love Partey, but he's been a bit shaky recently. But that team played really good today. And if they played that football against Newcastle, I do think we can take it to him. But Zinchenko can't be a left back, man. He can't be a left back anymore. Because when it does come to it's all the inverted stuff when we're attacking, yeah, it's all happy and rosy. But as soon as it gets to defending, he's screwed. You know, I think he's lucky today because at some points he was taking on Azpilicueta, and Azpilicueta is as old as anything, and he's not as good as he used to be. I think he's a right knob. If I'm going to be honest with you, I think today he was just a right evil idiot, to put it like that. I can't stand Azpilicueta.
I can't. But he's always a problem. Like he's getting in fights with his own fan. Remember when he got in a fight with his own fan in the front row last season?
Yeah, no.
Like the guy's an absolute snap show. He's an idiot.
Yeah, he's been there for long enough. I think it's time for Chelsea. He's another player that Chelsea needs to get rid of. He's
wearing the armband.
Yeah. Well, in a sense, I'd give him the armband. Well, in a sense, because he's been there for long enough, but he's not. Do you know what? I'd give the armband to Thiago Silva. He's more of a leader than Azpilicueta.
I would too. I would.
Yeah. 100%. Sorry, quickly. I'm sorry. Mikel, bro. You're gonna have to deal with it. But then the problem is with dropping Zinchenko. And as much as people want it to be happening with Tierney left back, as much as I do, you can't deny that going forward, he provides so much for us.
Yeah.
So much. But then it's just a case of who do we drop in midfield? You know? Because in my opinion, we do need him, but we also need Xhaka. And you could see today, we do need Odegaard as well. Unless we drop it, but you can't drop Odegaard because he's the captain. So I can actually probably see why Arteta's having a bit of a struggle here. But you just can't, especially in times like this in the season where we've got to win all of our next 4 games. You can't be having Zinchenko doing stuff like that.
No, I agree. I mean, and
but yeah.
what's the problem with the midfield rotation though? I mean, we saw some rotation today.
Yeah.
Maybe against the lower table teams, you could throw Zinchenko in the midfield. But I mean, we've been saying this for weeks and weeks that he's a defensive liability. He is a defenseman. He is a defensive. A center mid. Playing left back. That is what it is. And what he does provide offensively is great. But a lot of the time, especially against the Newcastles of the world, his offensive output is not going to be enough to cover his lack of defensive prowess. It's just not there. It's not there.
I don't want today's performance to shy away the fact that he can't play there. Because it's performances like this today where you do sort of, well, you can't deny it now because he is the reason, unfortunately, where we gave away that goal. And you can't paper over the cracks. He was the reason. It wasn't Ramsdale. It wasn't Gabriel. They were all marking their man. He wasn't. It's as simple as that. It's difficult because when we're coming up against Newcastle, we are going to have to be on the front foot, and Zinchenko will offer that a lot. But we need someone in the back line. So do we go with a 5? Like, I don't know if we run a 5 at the back and then Zinchenko is able to go into that midfield. But either way, we're dropping out a midfielder either way.
Yep.
So we're in a bit of a predicament here. I think if we were to do this next season, as much as he's been great, it is time for Xhaka to go, in my opinion. And I would move Zinchenko into that midfielder role. I would get a DM in to rotate with Partey. Because I do think Partey is coming to that point now where he can have the odd game. And that's where I think a Declan Rice would come perfectly into that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, a midfielder that we've got needs to go. A starting midfielder needs to go. And I do think that's going to be Xhaka in the summer.
Well, I think look, I'm sorry. I'm not going to have one good game against Chelsea overshadow how he's been playing the last 4 weeks and how he's been acting on the field.
Yeah.
Look, we were on the front foot today and we put Chelsea away as we should have. Okay. I'm going to say this. This is what we expect. Okay? Mm-hmm. These are the results that are the standard. Yep. If we're going to be completely honest, we completely outclass them. We have a better system. We have a better team in general. So this is something that, like, based off of form through the entire season, 3-1, which I called, by the way, is exactly what we expect.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and any different, and anything below that is honestly unacceptable. And Granit Xhaka was culpable for the last few bad results we've had. So I'm not saying that he's 100% to blame, but he has to hold some of the blame because of his ability, his tendency to snap and his complete lack of leadership sometimes. I mean, it is what it is. Let's go through some of these comments real quick. I starred a couple that I want to get back to, but big up Tony Claude. He's getting the chat up. Tony Claude, you're an absolute legend, my friend. I thought Zink was crap today, so I'd give him the ball away. He was by far our worst player.
Yeah,
I don't think that's a question.
To be fair to him, he was stringing passes together, but it's just defensively he was poor today once again. Unfortunately,
yeah, Silver or Kovacic. I think you were talking. That was when we were talking about our alternate Chelsea captains. I agree.
Oh, Silver.
Silver. Absolutely. Thiago Silva for sure. Zinchenko has a few mistakes in him every game. He's a real bozo. I agree. 100%. Pep started this trend of putting left foot midfielders at left back when he realized Benjamin Mendy was as useful as a dead cat. He put left. Yeah. No, I saw the Amazon documentary.
Yeah.
Centurions, right? I guess so. Just a huge no on Jekyll and Hyde. Oh man, like Jaminho he's out for Jekyll and Hyde.
It's because he went from Ireland to that means he must hate Jack Grealish as well. But do you know what? That is just classic. Unfortunately, that is football. As soon as you've got a player who plays internationally for either Wales, Scotland, or Ireland, as soon as they're picked up on, like Declan Rice was when he came out of the West Ham Academy and came into the Premier League, the first team, he got snapped up instantly to the English side. So I have a funny feeling that Jaminho hates Jack Grealish the exact same way. We were linked to Jack Grealish at one point. So Jaminho, bro, I get you. Trust me. I'm Irish myself. I don't really follow the Irish team as much. Can I be honest with you? Because they're crap. I can't be asked to support them. I'd rather support England. As you can tell by my voice, I'm from England. I'm not actually from Ireland, but I'm half Irish. But no way am I supporting that Irish team. Hell no.
That's hilarious.
I'd rather support Southgate Ball than that Irish team. That's for sure. That's saying something.
That is saying something.
But yeah,
Tony asks us, TJ, what do you think about City versus West Ham? I think it's going to be 5-0 to City.
Smash them. Absolutely smash them. It would take an absolute miracle for West Ham to put up something. I mean, Fabianski, I'm sorry. He's past it now. He is past it.
Yeah.
He is not good anymore. Yeah. Their defense is terrible. I think Zuma's now out with an injury, which means that's even a worse defense. Yeah, I do not see any points getting from that. Who is Man City's game come out? I think
Man City's at home. Man City's at. Go ahead.
I think I only said that. I think Brighton and Brentford are probably the only games I can see them dropping points, in my opinion.
I agree.
In my opinion, it's too little, too late.
I agree. No, it's absolutely too little, too late. Yeah, their next two games are at West Ham at home and Leeds United at home. I would expect them. I would expect them to get 6 points out of there and probably score 10 goals.
100%. I completely agree.
Amir asks question. This is a good question. I wanted to get back to this one. Now, we could talk more about the match, but these questions are great. Keep the questions coming if you want.
100%.
Let's keep going. Amir asks question for you. Would you be happy to take Cancelo at Arsenal, playing as an inverted right back or left back who moves into the central area? Cancelo is so good. Like I'm a big Cancelo fan. He's world class in my opinion. That being said, does he fit into Arteta's because it's Arteta telling Zinchenko to go inverted like that because he is a midfielder. I don't think Cancelo is as much of a midfielder as Zinchenko is. Cancelo is so much more defensively adept than Zinchenko is. I would take Cancelo tomorrow. I want him. Go ahead. Sorry. What would you say, Connor?
I'm currently laughing at Mr. Tom's comment about Leeds.
Boy. Oh no, I need to come back. I need to come back to the chat.
Do you know what, Mr. Tom? I'm sorry, bro. You're going through a really tough time at the moment. I'm so sorry for that. Yeah, Leeds go for a really tough time.
Yeah,
but don't worry. Do you know what? Big Sam will hopefully do the job. But he tried to keep the last job he had was West Brom, wasn't it? And he got them relegated. So we'll wait and see about that one. But anyway, yeah, Cancelo. In my opinion, very underrated. I think in my opinion, he's one of the best fullbacks at the moment. I think I know he did eventually go to left back. He did play right back for Juventus, I believe. Someone
Yep.
correct me. I think I'm correct. Yeah, but then again, it's the same situation where we're going with this inverted stuff. However, I do think Cancelo is better defensively, so he would fit that role. So yeah, to answer your question, Amir, I can't pronounce your name. Sorry, mate. Yes, I would take him. Unfortunately, I don't think Arteta would take him because he's not part of his core of players type list. Even though I do think that he will be on the chopping block of City this summer, I would take him definitely, but I don't think it'd be realistic, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well done. Mr. Tom says, well done, lads. Seeing Frank take a beating just cheered me up.
He's
He's
lost.
just, it's almost sad. It's almost
Yeah.
sad now. It's almost sad. Oregon Gooner says, I don't support the U.S. team. We're a joke. We're not a total joke. We're just kind of a
You got
joke.
right in the World Cup. You held your own till around the
and
16 or around the 32, wherever it was.
We are CONCACAF champions. Okay, that is now that
That's the achievement.
the absolutely terrifying football federation that is CONCACAF.
Do you have your own, like, because obviously over in Europe we have the Nations League. Not Nations, they've got the Euros, sorry. Do you have that over in do you have the South America thing over in America?
They have a league called the Gold Cup.
Right.
Where it's essentially like we play in and qualify for the Gold Cup.
Yeah.
And all the Caribbean countries and some Latin American countries.
Please don't tell me you lose that all the time.
If we lose to Mexico.
Really?
I think we dropped to El Salvador. Mexico was the CONCACAF, like the CONCACAF, top of CONCACAF for a long time. And now they've recently dropped off.
Yeah, the only Mexican players I can think, and maybe it shows my born eyes, I can think of Carlos Vela of LAFC. Does Ochoa still play at goalkeeper?
Yep. He played in the World Cup, man.
Oh, yeah. He's like, what, 40 now? 39, 40?
And he played well. He's good.
I think Herrera. He used to play for Atletico Madrid.
Herrera.
Yeah. Oh,
what's his face at Wolves? I always forget.
Yeah,
Jimenez. Yep, Raul Jimenez. Yeah.
Can't think of any more. Wow.
Yeah. Well, Mexico is just kind of fallen off. I think they're kind of have to go through a renaissance.
Yeah.
But yeah, the U.S. are currently CONCACAF giants, if you want to call them that. Yeah. Awesome. If Jack and Rice ejaculates ever set foot in Ireland, oh my goodness, Jamino, you got to let this one go, man.
Oh my God.
Good Lord, I don't even know if I should have put that up. Goodness gracious.
There's definitely some Irish players I reckon will still get into the England team.
Yeah, Kinsale, no, we have the left back in the world.
Yeah, it's a shame.
I agree.
And it's funny, isn't it? I was actually watching a League One stream before the game. It's quite funny how a player that Pep wants, we're not playing because Man City want Tierney. How embarrassing with that. Do you know what? If Arteta doesn't want him that bad, let's do a swap deal. We get Cancelo, they get Tierney. I'll be somewhat pleased with that. But it's such a shame, man, because I think Tierney is the type. I think if he leaves Arsenal, maybe not if Arteta's still manager, but if he ever comes up in a game against Arteta, I think he'd rip him out. I think he'd take the right piss out of him. Excuse my language.
I'm not monetized. Go ahead. I don't give a shit.
But but not. It's a shame. It's a shame with Tierney, but oh well, it is what it is. That's football, isn't it?
Agree. Yeah. Jamina says I would take Cancelo, but Pep wouldn't sell another player considering how. I don't know about that. Cancelo really fell out with him. Yeah, he was willing to ship him off to Bayern. I mean, there must have been some bad shit going on there.
Yeah, definitely.
Mr. Tom, just say keep writing us off. We love it. Oh man, for it. Long-haired Yeti's ready to roll for Forest. He's ready to die for them.
What's your opinion for Newcastle on Sunday, TJ?
Are we really going there right now?
We've got to at some point.
I'm not.
Well, you've got Strasbourg Steve.
I've got to.
I got Strasbourg Steve on. He's going to rip into you, so you might as well start doing it now. He's going to.
I think Strasbourg Steve needs to turn off some of his monitors and concentrate on the Newcastle game. I'm calling you out, Steve. # Steve out. No, I'm worried. I'm worried about Newcastle. I think that honestly, if I'm being honest with myself, we're probably going to lose 3-1. We're going to go in there and lose. Like they are just their form is just I think they're on the best form, arguably in the Premier League, next to Man City.
They have the best defensive record still in the league. They're 3 goals behind in front of City in best defense.
Yeah,
So,
and they brought in. I mean, an Isak, man. Like once he came back from that injury, he's been flying. Eddie Howe has those guys.
Do you know what? I'm really interested. I really do hope Newcastle get Champions League because I want to see how far they get in that. I do really think they can compete with some good. I think they can get further than us in Europe. I'm being serious. I think, especially if they invest in the summer, and it's crazy how Eddie Howe has taken them all the way from relegation, practically, to Champions League football. Well, pretty much. I think they're going to get it. You know, I really don't know what we're going to have to do to get a win at Newcastle. That's a game I'm really confused about because I don't know how the hell we're going to do it. In my opinion, I think they're going to be tactically ready. Everything about their team is great. I think Joe Willock is going to show Arteta why he shouldn't have sold him because I think he's been fantastic this season. Hasn't showed up in the stats wise, but other than that, I think separate performances he's been very good. But yeah, that Newcastle game is going to be a long one. That's going to be a long game to watch because I do reckon we will lose that game, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, this result does not change what I was saying the other day. Is that we do not have what it takes to break through Newcastle's defense. Yeah. I'm telling you that, and it goes back to that game at the Emirates where we drew with them. Man, we were lucky to get what we got.
That was the longest game.
They just locked it down. That was probably like the toughest draw to watch all season.
Do you know what
I had a problem watching that game.
Yeah, I mean the same thing was. I mean, one thing with Newcastle is they do love to dive, especially this season. They will sit on the floor for at least 5 minutes each go. But that's not to take away that they have been fantastic defensively, and that is the way they do like to play. I don't know. Do you know what? I don't even know what my lineup's going to be. Do you know what? One thing I will do is keep Trossard in. I do think Martinelli still needs that time on the bench. I don't think he's deserved a start, especially recently.
Yeah.
Do you know what, TJ? I don't know what the hell we're going to do against that Newcastle side. I'm being serious. I've never, especially this season, I've actually never been more confused to go into a game because I don't know what the hell we're going to do to break down that team. Seriously.
I'll give my starting 11 right now. I'll do it. So
you're ruining the preview show.
I might change it. Who knows? You know, it depends. It honestly depends. I change. You know, I change my opinions like I change my socks sometimes. Like it is what it is.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Not sometimes. I'm a clean guy. Okay, I'm a clean guy. All right. Tierney at left. Man, QER earned another start.
He did.
QER, Gabriel.
TJ, I'd put my nan in centre back over Holding. I would. I'd just
put a large traffic cone.
Yes.
At center back, and it would be just as fruitful as Raul.
We'd be able that cone to take on Haaland better than Holding, that's for sure.
Yep. Yeah. And I'm going Party Xhaka, Odegaard.
Yep.
Trossard, Jesus, Saka.
You wouldn't keep Jorginho?
Nope, I wouldn't.
No?
I think he sat Party to prove a point. I think Jorginho played well, but I think Partey, like he mentally has not been there. So hopefully just setting bench, giving him a rest will give him the impetus he needs to go out there and put in a job. Because outside he's been playing absolutely garbage since West Ham, but I think today was hopefully a wake-up call for him. I really would like to see Partey start. He is arguably still, if you look at it statistically and through his overall performances throughout the season, he's arguably the best defensive mid in the league. It's just one of those things where he's had a bad run of form. Hopefully it's shocked out of him and we can go. Yes, Spencer, I know you called Kiwior. You were right.
Did he?
Hashtag Spencer was right. You were right. I remember you saying that.
Listen, if he keeps on doing performances like that, I'm not going to take it away. It wasn't world class, obviously, but he held his own. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to go any further than that he was spectacular, because I know on some channels, AFTV, no, I'm joking. Not on channels, but there will be fans, in my opinion, not certain channels, more like fans, that will make this guy the next Carlos Puyol. Make him sound like it. Let him prove it himself. That's all that players can do, and then we big them up. Let him start these next 4 games because I'm not having holding for it unless Saliba magically comes back for the last 2 games, maybe. But yeah, Kivior thought he was solid. Nothing else to say, really. I was also a bit worried. He is actually left-footed. So we've got 2 left-footed players in defence and centre-back, which I thought it was a bit odd. But then, again, I saw him playing with his right foot. He looked comfortable with it when he was passing down to Ben White now and then. Also, Ben White, I thought he was good today. But then again, I think I don't want to overlook it because Chelsea going forward were really bad. They didn't have much to do. And when they did, Zinchenko flopped it. So,
I mean, and that's why I'm not getting too gassed about this. Like, am I happy? Absolutely. I love watching Arsenal actually score goals and win. Like, me coming on here not angry was actually like an adjustment for me.
Yeah.
So I was just like, cool, So it's probably not near as entertaining, but at the same time, like I'm not getting overly gassed about this, and I think Newcastle is going to be a really, really rough watch. And the worst part is I'm in like 3 different Instagram chats with Steve, so now I have to listen to him copy and paste the same freaking celebration over and over and over and over again. Ding, 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 ding. That's my phone.
Where are you on Sunday for the game? Are you at home?
Oh, I'm at home, yeah.
Please do me a favor and do a watch along with Steve.
Oh no, I don't know if I'm going to be honest, man. I don't know if I can handle it. If he's not, I'll ask him. If he's not booked, I'll do it. But man,
I think that could be quite funny.
That's going to be a long one. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's going to be me sitting here drinking whiskey at 11 a.m. because I can't take it. Like that's what it's going to be.
If I know we can look at it. Chelsea are very bad this season, but to be fair, going forward, we were good today, man. And those 2 goals from Odegaard were fantastic.
They were. He took them really well.
He did. I thought
he showed what he's capable of.
Yeah, he didn't sky them.
Capable of that.
Exactly. And I do think if we attack like that, we can take it to Newcastle. It's just the thing of the defense. Zinchenko, I'm sorry to single you out, bro. You're great going forward, but defensively you're tragic. And I think he knows that himself. Because I actually remember, I could be wrong, maybe it's on the highlights, but when that goal did go in, I think I did see Ramsdale mouthing Zinchenko. Saying like Zinchenko,
Yeah.
And obviously because he was the reason that they conceded. So
well, I'm glad that somebody's taking the piss out of him, and I'm glad to see that Ramsdale's actually talking again.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, when he made that save against Chilwell, they all went to him and gave him. And I did like at the beginning actually, because obviously if I was Kivior, I'd be bricking it for today's game because this is his first Premier League start. Any player will be bricking it, especially when you're starting as well. And Gabriel was talking to him at the beginning, like it's all right. I've got you, we're covered. Jorginho, that's another reason why I'm sorry, CJ, I do want Jorginho to start against Newcastle over Partey. Jorginho
it's your starting 11.
Jorginho was covering, in my opinion, Kivior very well when I was watching him. I do think he was really taking it well. I can't say Partey can't do that, but just because of recent performances, just for this game, who have you got after Newcastle? Forest? No.
Brighton.
I'd start Partey against Brighton. But for this one, I do think Jorginho done well in front of Kivior. And I do think they did match up pretty well. And I was nervous today about Gabriel and Kivior partnering alongside each other because I was like, barely played with each other. I think the only time they did play with each other was both Europa League games for when he came on. For the second one, he did start the first one. I was a bit worried. But I'd play the same team. I would. I'm apart from Tierney at left back, I play the exact same team, in my opinion.
All right.
But yeah,
there you go.
It won't be. It will be Partey, and it will be Zinchenko, and Martinelli will somehow get back in there. but we can dream, hey? We can dream.
Yeah, we could dream. That's why we need to get
Jorginho at centre mid, and it happened. So we need
to send Mikel this link. That's all I'm saying. They need to listen to us, and then we collect our.
No one in the chat say holding it striker because it may happen. Don't say it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm moving the mic. I'm gonna lean back a little bit. We're gonna relax here. We're gonna relax. Okay. All right. We're gonna go through some of these comments because we got legends in the chat here. Tony is here, and so is my man Carl Rossi, the legend, the man, the myth, the legend. Yeah. Zinchenko is again giving away balls, 3 of which could have led to a dangerous situation. Yep. I think we all agree that he's absolutely a defensive liability.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. So Tony is asking, you're saying a drunk stream versus Newcastle. Man, I'm telling you, if it gets bad enough, I'm not, and I have to listen to Steve with his like disco lights going on around him, freaking losing his mind with all the like Newcastle shirts from 1965 behind him. It's probably going to ruin my weekend. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Oh, it's only Sunday. You got Monday the next day. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I know
You'll
exactly.
be all right.
Sunday fun day.
Two Americans doing a live stream. I want to see that, man. I want to see it.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Well, he invites me on for live streams to watch like La Liga. He's like giving me an international football education.
Right.
So yeah, but I've seen him watch. He watched Newcastle games on a call-in show that I was with, and he would just go on mute, and I would see him absolutely freak out, like break shit, like lose his mind. Like the guy, like I love Steve, like he's my homie, but he is an absolute snap show when he comes to watching Newcastle. He's nuts.
No, I've seen it on and big up to Steve, man. I love his passion.
Big up Steve. We love Steve.
When I see it on I think was Jez doing a stream and Steve was watching a game. I think doesn't he support a team in France?
Yeah, I don't remember which one though.
I think he supports another team, but I think they were playing and they were missing everything. And he was like, I was just dying. I'm like, I love this guy's passion, man. I love Steve.
Big up Steve. No, and I always say Steve out, but I just like taking the piss out of him because he's on literally every single football stream I run into. I'm like, Steve there.
Odegaard got man of the match, by the way, today.
Of course he did. Yeah, of course he did. Oh, he supports Strasbourg. Well, that makes sense because his name's Strasbourg. Steve.
Yeah. Who's in the name?
Oh, duh. All right. Send Mikkel the link. Evening, guys. Fucking good result, guys. I wanted the light and we got the rainbow. Let's fucking go, guys. I agree, Carl. I agree.
That's class.
Carl, you're a fucking legend, man. You're a fucking legend.
I wanted the light and we got the rainbow. Let's fucking
go. We got the win. Let's fucking go, guys. We did it, guys.
I'm actually seeing the wall, man. Big up to you. Let's fucking go, guys. Let's fucking go.
Be the fucking light bulb, guys. Okay.
Be the potato. Be the potato.
Email this link to Arteta from TJ. Yeah, I'm sure Kroenke will open it. Yeah, Kroenke will not like what I have to say about him and the Avalanche. Go ahead.
I was watching the City game the other day, and my mum was walking in and out because obviously I'm still at home. I'm only 19, and I was watching the game, and obviously I was fuming, and I was literally calling every move. Like when we started passing around the back, I was saying, "You don't do that. Just play it through the wings because they are playing it free at the back here. To play it through the wings, we can take something here." Mum was walking in and out. She's like, "Why don't you send an email to Arteta?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like he's gonna read that." And he's like, "No, I'm serious." And she actually went ahead and Googled, you can actually send emails to Arsenal, I think, as if Arteta is going to open that. Oh my god! Colin sent me an email. I've got to read it, and it's like masterclass. I'm telling you. But yeah, I thought that made me laugh, man.
Yeah, skyrocket the algorithm, guys. Smash the likes, guys.
Big up. We just smash the likes, guys. 150 subs, man. So you're on the road up, man.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to. I'm not trying to steal a Lee Gunner thing, but yeah. Smash the likes up, guys. You can do it, guys.
You can
big up all. Okay, and I've never said this before, but there are a ton of them. So big up the rats in the chat. There are a ton of Lee Gunners guys in here.
Man.
I sent you that screenshot of my analytics, and they're just like, it's literally like followers of you listen to, and it's just Lee Gunner.
Lee Gunner, yeah. Big up.
Big up everybody.
You know what? I know we banter like we call people like us rats and stuff. Do you know what we are? We're just fans of common sense. It's just simple as that. It really just is as simple as that. Because, in my opinion, I do think there are a good few people that do have bigger platforms that support Arsenal, and that support any club really. It's not just Arsenal, but. Obviously, so say if you've got channel, and it's not just AFTV. I'm not going to call out AFTV because I don't do that. But there are channels that do have a good maybe 50k following, that do obviously have a bigger platform than say people like us. Like we're here on a small platform with maybe about 10 people watching, and not like thousands. And big platforms like that opinion. Say if they say one thing about our win. So say I've got 70,000. Say I've got 200,000 followers, 500,000 followers, TJ. And I say on a video, we win against Chelsea today. We're the best team in the league. City aren't good at us. That opinion will then transpire into a lot of Arsenal fans going forward and saying that. But if we have an opinion here with 150 subs, we're not going to get heard. And unfortunately, the people who are saying stuff like after one game, we're the best team in the world. You know, we've got the best young squad. People like that on a platform as big as 500k, that opinion will go out and skyrocket, and then people are going to think that most Arsenal fans like us are like them. You know, that's the downside to it. You know, and then as soon as someone says that on a big platform, then it goes bang. Then there's every single one of these other fans, top gooners, are saying it, and that's the downside of it. You know, but listen, at the end of the day, we tried to get our message out. We tried to talk sense, and yeah. But and again, it's no disrespect to these people on the channels. It's just unfortunate that something, and we all say stupid stuff at the end of the day. There's not even a perfect fan, but it is unfortunate that when stuff is said on a big platform, it can be taken to now a lot of people following it. But yeah, big up Luca, man.
Big up Luca. What's up, man? How many streams are you on right now, Luca? I want to know. Tell me, is it 5? Is it 5? Yeah, we got Del Boy streaming at the same time though, so I'm not even taking the piss. I love Del Boy. Del Boy's the man. Yeah, so if you're here and you haven't seen Del Boy's stream, put this one on mute and you can go over to Del Boy's stream. But stay here and smash the like.
Watch. Please,
please watch. I'm not begging, but definitely watch for sure. Please watch, please, for the love of God. All right. Yeah, Tony says trust the supercomputer. That was probably one of the most ridiculous AFTV interviews I've ever watched, and I've watched a couple. I don't watch AFTV very much, but man, like some of the guy, like if that guy, if I held the microphone and that guy came up to me and just being like, you know what, the supercomputer says we have a 9% chance.
Who was the supercomputer? Like, okay, I haven't seen that.
I don't know. It was some guy that they interviewed on AFTV after we freaking bottled it to Man City, and he was just like, 9% chance we still have to win the league. And I'm like,
it's not. Is it the one that said it's not over?
Yeah.
Oh, it's him.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Like, see, and do you know what? That's the thing, TJ. And that's that, if I'm right, that got a good amount of views, right?
It did.
And unfortunately, stuff like that will then get projected out. And then a lot of Arsenal fans are going to believe that and then say this and say that.
Yeah, that was exactly what you just said. I mean, it's one of those things where it's groupthink. It's toxic groupthink. And look,
he's Johnny 5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Supercomputer thinks he's Johnny 5. Yeah. Johnny 5, I'm still alive. Freaking what? Short Circuit? Have you ever seen Short Circuit? Connor, I would think that would be before your time.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Steve Gutenberg. Yeah. Classic stuff.
Oh man.
Classic stuff. We can't mute the man, the legend, TJ. I don't know about that yet. I don't know about that. Real Arsenal talk, rat.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's actually such a good. That's such a good one.
That's fat. You know what? I might steal that one and just make it,
man. That's sick.
I'm stealing it, Tony.
That's sick, man.
No copyrights. TJ, Connor, Oregon Goon, and myself live in America. How come we don't just randomly bump into Arteta and Edu and Arteta? Well, Arteta does come to Colorado to see Josh. He goes to New York to see Josh because Josh can't be bothered to go to England.
Yeah.
So
he's
crazy.
Too scared. He's too scared to be seen and get all bloody caught up on in it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Spencer, yeah, we're not. And look, I've said some stuff about AFTV before, but there are some people on there that I really like. I like Turkish. I mean,
I think Lee Judges is fantastic.
Yeah,
I love
Lee Judges is funny. I think I really, really like. I love Troops.
I like Dan Potts. I like
Dan Potts is awesome. Like I really, really like Troops is what got me into the whole like football podcasting thing. Like I started listening to when he got signed to Barstool Sports. That is what got me in, like fully in to football content.
The first thing I watched to get into it properly was that DT interview against Liverpool, and we got smashed for it. I think it's their most viewed video, and we got battered 4-0. It was the third game of the season. I think it was the 2017-18 season or 2016-17 season, and I think it was Wenger's last season. No, I think it was Wenger's second last season. Correct me if I'm wrong. We got smashed 4-0, and yeah, that was the most iconic thing ever, man. But yeah, I mean, we if quickly to sort of wrap an end on it. There's a lot of people on AFTV that I like. It's just unfortunate that there are 1 or 2 free individuals that, in my opinion, say stuff for the clicks. But unfortunately, I don't think they understand that how big of a platform they're on. That opinion that they say that they may be lying about is going out to thousands, to hundreds of thousands of people, and that
So-
opinion will then get put into people's heads, maybe younger audiences of Arsenal, maybe younger
Mostly.
than me, and will then sit on that and then go forward. And then that's when, because a lot of my mates and people I know, they can't stand Arsenal fans. I'm like, why? And I'm like, because they're deluded. And I'm like, well, unfortunately, and it is platforms that are massive that do take over and make us seem like that. Because I hate to call Arsenal fans deluded, because there's definitely a percentage that are, not a big percentage, but there's a percentage. But there's people like us, all of us here. You know, people on League Gunners, on Jezzes, we're not all like that. It's just unfortunate that the big platforms are making us look like that. You know, not all of them, but a few.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And you wear this shirt. You wear this shirt on this platform, man. Like I said, I go on a lot of call-in shows because they're a lot of fun. Like I go on Tottenham Away. I was on Sava's channel last week, and I'm not name dropping. This is literally what it is.
Yeah.
And people like immediately just start being like jabbing. You bottle it? Did you bottle it? I'm like, I'm not saying we didn't. Like,
yeah, exactly. And so when I'm talking to my mates, they hammer me. And yes, I had the one moment a couple months ago where I said we're going to win the league. I had that because I believe.
We've all said it once.
Because come on now, this is our best season in years. But I haven't gone on to really say the most deluded crap where I think we can still do it, because I don't think we can. And I don't think it's going to happen. But they hammer me like I'm these people that say it. And I'm like, why do you slap it on me whenever we lose? It's because all you Arsenal fans are the same. I see it on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. I don't say this stuff. I'm on here. I show my face. And you don't have to, you can just come on here and have your camera off and say your opinion. But I come on here as not everyone does it. You can do it in the chat, but you can at least have an opinion and don't just hide behind Twitter screens and do all that. You know, just at least say your opinion. You know,
100%.
And don't follow it. You know, but it's a shame. But listen. At the end of the day, it's not just Arsenal. It's a load of it's every club, in my opinion. But we talk about Arsenal for Arsenal fans.
Well, no, and everybody goes off, and there are some people on this platform that go off the deep end for likes. I mean, and that's just the way it is, and views and all this stuff. You can say the most outrageous shit. I mean, come on, let's be
Longhead. Yeah, he just made a really funny comment.
Oh God,
I don't think we should.
I mean, I'm not gonna. Here's the thing: is I'm not gonna highlight it, but just know, long-haired Yeti, I agree. That's all you got to know.
Jesus,
that guy. I don't like criminals. I'm just not a fan of criminals. That's all. Wow. And he is a criminal. Fenerbahce. I mean, yeah, why not? Fenerbahce, big up the Turks. Big up the Turkish League, baby. Smash a like. Welcome to the channel. Smash the sub while you're at it too. Welcome. And Andalou, welcome. Arteta's been working at Man City for years. It was his master plan to have their financial troubles, City to get a point deduction, and Arsenal win the title as a result. Trust the process. I know you're taking the piss right now, Jaminho. You are hilarious. You are hilarious. I like AFTV, but the video looks clickbaity. I'm not clicking it. Well, that's good, Spencer.
Yeah, I agree,
at least you have a brain. You have
at the end of the day, everyone's got a clickbait, don't they? You need to get views somehow. So
yeah. All right. I wanted to announce this, Spencer. DMAC from 1043, the fan stated that Josh was crying after Game 7 Sunday. Yeah, so the Avalanche, another Kroenke sports franchise that I follow, bombed out of the playoffs against a team that they should not have bombed out of the playoffs in. And apparently Josh was crying after they lost because they won the Stanley Cup last year.
So he shows heart for them, but he won't show heart for us.
I just think that Josh needs to reel it in.
He's doing a Zinchenko. He's on a Zinchenko. He's cried.
Yeah. Expected cries. See, and this is why we get embarrassed.
Yeah.
This is why we get absolutely bannered, is because of this kind of crap.
If it was the last game of the season, yeah, I get it. But why has Zinchenko got to cry at West Ham? Like, come off it. And that's stuff that makes us get bantered as well.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
Like, you're a professional footballer, mate.
Exactly. You know what? I'm not even going to address that. No comment on that. No comment. Release the Kraken. Okay. Yeah. All right. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm still mad about that game. Sorry. Like Arsenal, I needed Arsenal to win today. I had a day. I've been having a day. So like the fact that Arsenal won today, like, and it was expected, but the fact that they won really turned my day around.
Do you know we've actually bottled everything this season? So I'm going to just run it through.
Oh my God, here we go. I know.
Listen. I'm actually going to run it through. Okay, we've bottled the league in the men's. So yeah, put your feet up. Men's team. We've bottled the league. We've bottled Europa. We've bottled Carabao. We've bottled FA Cup. It's 4 trophies. Women's, the WSL, they've bottled the league. In my opinion, I think United are going to win it. I don't think we are, and they just lost in the last minute to Wolfsburg last night in the Women's Champions League to get to the final. And then the kids have bottled the FA Youth Cup under 18s to 5-1 to West Ham. West Ham. It's in the blood, man.
Connor,
it's in the blood.
Connor, what do you think the problem is?
Well, in my opinion, Wilshere shouldn't even be a manager anyway. I don't even know why that's a thing.
Why is he? Why is he?
He's got no experience.
Vibes?
Yeah, probably. Do you know what it is? I think Arteta just feels sorry for him that he doesn't have a career after that injury, and I was sad about Wilshere getting that injury. But why are you a manager at 29, 30? Like, come on now, mate. Women's, I don't, and not in a bad way, I don't pay much attention as I probably should to the women's Arsenal team, but I did see the highlights. It's just capitulation. I don't know much about their manager. I know they were having a good run. I know Leah Williamson has just had a massive injury, which I think is leaving her out for the rest of their season.
I saw massive.
That. But yeah, I think they were top for a while, but I think they lost to. Did they lose to Chelsea? I think they drew to Chelsea. I can't remember. I do try to keep up with their results, but yeah, same thing with us. Just bottled it, and then all you need to know about us is that we just capitulated. Yeah, is what it is. And it was the 100th anniversary of Wembley the other day, and I was thinking, when was the last time I went to Wembley? Because Wembley days are fantastic. TJ, if we ever do get to a Wembley Cup final, I really do recommend you head down to the UK and try to get a ticket, mate, because it's fantastic. The last time I went to Wembley was 2017, Man City, Arsenal, semi-final. We beat them 2-1 in extra time. Great game. Always love a good game in Wembley, but we seem to bottle that now. So
yeah, no, I agree. Lots of comments. Just kind of gonna try to highlight some of these things. Tommy dropped the light bulbs. Spencer says, Connor, our long-term outlook. What about?
What
about the process? What about the process?
The process that apparently we've already finished. Oh,
the process.
No. Sorry about that.
We did it.
But TJ, we were meant to win the Champions League this season. Do you not remember Arteta said in 3 seasons we meant to win? That was this season. Oh, but we didn't qualify for it because we bottled it again. But don't worry, there's next season.
Yeah,
is what it is.
There's always next season.
Also, you better be downloading FIFA 23 on PS5, man.
I will download that on. I think I'm off on Saturday. What are you doing on Saturday?
Saturday. Got family because it's the coronation over here in the UK.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've got to be doing
Georgia.
that.
King. No. King Chucky.
Is that your best British accent?
No, I'm just being an asshole. I don't really have a British accent.
Do you know how to do a British accent?
Can you do an American accent?
No, because you get clipped. Don't do it on here.
No, I'm not going to do it. Can you do an American accent?
No, I'm not doing it on here, that's for sure. I probably can, but I'm not doing it on here, that's for sure.
I'm trying to get my media guy clipped, everybody. I'm not going to do it because I'm not trying to be it.
It'll come back to bite me in a couple of years.
Bringing Will Steele from Reims. Nope. I disagree.
Isn't he still on a thing? Wasn't he getting he was getting booked money or something every game he played because he didn't have the actual qualifications to manage a team?
No, he got to where he is because he was good at Football Manager. Isn't that the same guy? Isn't that the same guy? Dow, correct me if I'm wrong.
How long has he been managing for? Will?
Isn't that the same guy?
Don't you think that Will Steele sounds like a bit of a made up name? Like, imagine calling your kid 100%.
100%. Yeah, 25K to manage Reims.
Wow, it's
manage Flo Balogun.
Managerial job as well.
Unbelievable.
Jesus, fair play to the fella.
Yeah, I know, and he's got
30.
And he's got Balogun on smoke.
That's great. Well, recently they've been crap.
Spencer says nobody will play me in FIFA. Where are you, Spencer? Are you on PS5? I've never played FIFA on PS5, so you guys are probably going to.
No, it's no different.
Here, lads, I'll get myself a PS5. Yeah. Well, so here's one thing that we're gonna do over the off season, guys, is we are going to host a FIFA tournament over the off season because we are going to be struggling for content. So while people are talking about fake transfers, we're probably going to be streaming some FIFA. So yeah, we'll definitely do 100%. That. Yeah. John Wayne, Connor.
John Wayne.
Do you know who John Wayne is?
Google.
He probably, yeah, he old, yeah. You don't know who he is, then
American
you won't.
actor. What about him?
He used to talk like this.
Oh, right.
Pilgrim
He's a cowboy and western fellow.
cowboy. Yep.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Everybody post your, yeah. Why not? There's 9 inside. There's a bunch of legends in here. Post your gamer tags. Why not? Googling John Wayne. I'm old. We're both old, bro.
Yeah.
We're both
Sorry about
old.
that, guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Spencer, I'm shit too, so we can just play against each other
Well,
before
hey,
we get
listen,
absolutely
guys,
piped.
By the time I'm like, wait, actually, before I say, TJ, how old are you, TJ?
I'm 34.
Okay, that's not old enough. I was gonna say by the time I'm 45, my kids will be asking me, who's Bukayo Saka? Who is that?
Oh God.
He'll be an icon on FIFA by then. Trust me.
Exactly. I'm your Huckleberry. Tony, that's Tombstone. That's not John Wayne. That's one of my favorite movies, though. I love Tombstone.
Are you a film nerd, TJ?
Oh, only a certain genre. So I'm only I'm a Goodfellas, like mob guy, like Godfather, Goodfellas.
Have you watched The Irishman?
Yeah.
I need to watch that. It's too long though. I'm dreading.
Oh, dude, that's what's so. It's like Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro are saying goodbye to the genre. It's awesome.
Okay, I need to watch it.
You'd love it. My PlayStation Plus ran out yesterday, so I can't play online at the moment. Jaminho, re-up.
Too expensive.
Re-up. It is expensive. It's ridiculous.
What, 80 quid a year or 100 quid a year?
Yeah.
So it takes it right.
Yeah, Goodfellas. Carlo Rossi. Goodfellas is probably the best mob movie next
to pizza as well. Good pizza.
Godfather. Yeah, exactly. Godfather 2, Goodfellas. Those are my three. Okay, this is not a gangster movie, Dal. I cannot stand Bronx Tale. I think it's way too hokey. The whole message at the end, meh. Nah, drop me out of a Bronx Tale. I really like De Niro though. What do you think of Dal? What do you think of Heat? Tell me what you think about Heat. Heat, the movie Heat, is one of the best movies ever, and it's the first movie that De Niro and Pacino shared a scene in. They were both in Godfather 2, but they never shared a scene. They first shared a scene, and Heat is unbelievable. Yeah, see? Heat is unbelievable, guys. Yeah, we've gone completely off the rails. This was a match
Blu-ray. That's all. Do you know, that's another thing. That's another thing that I find crazy, man. Do you remember Blu-ray was like new thing, and now it's all streaming services and stuff.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But I have Tombstone on Blu-ray. I have all 3 of the Godfathers on Blu-ray, even though I never have watched. I don't watch Godfather 3. I think it's one of the worst movies ever.
That was the best thing about having a PS4. You had the Blu-ray player on it. And why are we talking about movies on
That was what I was going to say. We were doing a match reaction, but we've gone off the rails. Like we have all the legends in the chat. Like we have all we need here. What else are we going to say? What else are we going to say about the game? We expected that. Aubameyang is still brutal. Actually, you know what? I do want to address something that Lee was talking about. Our fans should be ashamed of themselves for the way some of them conducted themselves today. Booing Aubameyang, which is completely unnecessary.
They did chant him in the end. Later on, they did chant
after we won. And then somebody was pointing.
No, mid-game. They before.
Oh, they did?
When it started, yes.
Okay, I had the sound off. Okay,
yeah,
but we can go back to movies here in a second, guys. I swear. I'm just derailing just for a second, talking about what this channel is supposed to talk about. And then there was somebody shining a freaking light.
That's ridiculous. That's bad.
Like like shining a freaking laser pointer at Mudryk. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that is ridiculous, and it's embarrassing to the league.
Blind people. It can realistically blind people.
Yeah.
That's the people where I'm thinking, like people like me, I'd kill for a season ticket for Arsenal. I would genuinely die. I'm a red member. Gets me nothing. I don't get tickets as a red member. If any of you are red members of Arsenal and you get tickets, I actually want your account because I can never get tickets, right? But people like that probably have a season ticket. Doing stuff like that, you don't deserve it. And I do hope they find out who done it because they've got cameras everywhere. I hope they find out who done it and they get kicked out and they get a ban and someone else takes their seats. But fair play, people did boo him. Don't get me wrong, I was annoyed that Aubameyang went to Chelsea, but you can't boo a player that carried this club on his back for 2 seasons. But to be fair to them, they did all chant him in the end. The whole crowd did. But yeah, but that
Well,
Mudrick
that's
thing,
good.
that Mudrick thing was out of hand. Boo Mudrick, because yes, he did sway us. However, I am glad we got Trossard in the end. But now that pen laser thing was wrong, man. That was wrong.
Yeah, that was absolutely wrong. Okay, no, one more question to Dal. Dal, American Gangster. What did you think of American Gangster? That movie was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, top three movies for you, Connor. I need to know what I need to know what the younger generation is
Do
watching.
you have Letterboxd?
Letterbox? No,
Yeah,
I have no idea what
you've
that
got to
is.
get it. It's an app where you can rate all these movies and you choose your favorite movies and stuff, and you can rank them.
What?
And my favorites. There's people may agree, people may disagree. Just be aware, I'm a big fan of superhero movies. Kill me all you want. Okay, my top three movies. Can I do top 4 movies actually?
Yes, 4. Go for it.
Okay, first one. It's a film by Quentin Tarantino. It's Django Unchained. I think that film's fantastic.
That is a fantastic movie.
Yeah. Next one is Avengers Endgame, because I'm a massive comic book nerd, and that was my dream when I went to go watch that in the cinema for the first time. Third is a Christopher Nolan movie, in my opinion, his best movie, The Dark Knight. I think that film is fantastic.
I saw that when it came. I saw that when it was released, and it was like
2008.
Yep, I was there the first night it was released, and I was just like, whoa,
it's a great film.
Whoa, yeah,
fantastic film. And then the fourth one is American Sniper with Bradley Cooper, and I think that's a fantastic film. Wasn't a fan of it. I think it was so sad because it was a true story and how he died.
Yeah, I think that Bradley Cooper is an incredible actor. It's just my problem, Connor, is there's a lot of like glorification of war.
You. Yeah, I get you.
And that's kind of my issue. But I really like Bradley Cooper. Like what a guy.
Yeah, I definitely.
What an actor.
I agree with you on the fact that in war movies they do like to Hollywood it a lot.
Yeah,
like it is not meant to be. They didn't do him any disservice. The actual real soldier.
No, they didn't.
They didn't do him any disservice. However, but then again, it's a movie, isn't it? They've got to sort of make it dramatic and all these bits. Like another movie that I do like is Hacksaw Ridge. I think
I love that movie. That was a great movie. I mean, come on, like I'm not saying like I think it's just like a little bit of American propaganda.
Yeah. I mean, have you watched? I'm a big fan of war movies. You got to watch Dunkirk, the Christopher Nolan movie?
Unbelievable movie.
And 1917, is it? The movie that's shot in just one shot. Like that movie's crazy, man.
It's so crazy. Well, I love. Did you see? Oh God, All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yes,
that was an incredible movie.
I had to watch it with English dub because I can't do the German stuff.
Oh, I had to too.
Yeah, but that was really sad. That was a really sad movie, and I literally thought this guy's gonna make it. He's actually gonna make it. And the last scene.
I knew. Sorry for spoilers. Did you read the book? The book's been out since the book's been out since the 1930s. So spoiler alert.
Right.
Yeah, he was always going to die at the end.
Oh man, no.
I don't mean to laugh. It shows the glorification of war. Yeah. So
also,
I want to highlight. Yeah, as a service member, I agree on the glorification of war. Yeah. It's not good. War is horrible. War is hell.
Yeah, it's good. I like the movies that.
Thank you for your service, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Saving Private Ryan, I think, is a great film, but there are definitely movies where war is glorified in movies, and it's meant to be looking like something that's not a happy place to go to, but it's like a thing that I don't know how to put it. They make it like it's like an Iron Man, it's just a man doing his job at the end of the day. It's not a superhero, he's just doing his job for his country, but yeah.
Okay, I'm going through some of these. Everybody's putting in their top. Yeah, put in your top 5 movies if you haven't already.
Go on, guys.
Tony says, "Yeah, who cares? Who cares? It's over. It's fine." And anybody who's watching this is a legend. It's a legend.
Also, quickly, Longhead Yeti, you might kill me for this as well, TJ. I didn't enjoy Matrix. Didn't like it.
Yeah, I could take it or leave it. To be honest, I could take it or leave it. Tony says Gladiator, Fever Pitch, and The Little Mermaid. I think he's fucking with me. I love Gladiator though. I'm not kidding about that.
Is there any Disney movie that you not grew up with, but any Disney movie that you really enjoyed? Like, I don't like any of the new ones, but the classic.
The Mighty Ducks.
Mighty
The Mighty
Ducks.
Ducks.
Wow, that's really like that's what
92, 91
Wow.
was when the first one came out.
Wow.
That was a big deal. That was a big deal for me and like me being a kid and playing hockey. Like I love the Mighty Ducks. There was also that soccer movie called The Big Green. I don't know if you ever saw that one.
Yeah, I think I know the name. I didn't watch it,
Yeah.
but I do recall the name. And
Yeah, it was
also,
like
I do want to say one thing
good.
about a movie. I watched this movie, and do you know what? If Carl Walsh was on here, he'd probably kill me. I know it might have been Inception, actually. It might have been Inception. But I watched a movie the other week, maybe last month, and I was really looking. I was watching it, and when I was watching it, I was like, I had to actually pause it and go back to it the next day because I got bored. And I was like, how do people love this film so much? And when I finished it, my brain was like mush. I was like, what have I just watched? Interstellar. Baffled me. I'm like, what? What am I watching? I have no clue what I've just watched. And I don't understand how the score was brilliant. Hans Zimmer, the score was fantastic.
Yeah, Hans Zimmer always puts in bangers, though. He's incredible.
But the whole thing about like they were on that planet where the water was coming towards them, right?
Right.
And then they went back in, and one of them died. But then the other fellow that they were with grew older by like 20 years. Like he was on the ship. My brain was gone. And then by the end of it, my brain was mush. And then he was still alive. But by the time he was there, his daughter was dying. And I'm like, yeah, that's me done.
Yeah, no, it's
Don't
all
watch
about
that film
like
drunk. That's what I'm saying. Because your brain's going to be finished.
I'll lose it. All right. Carl says Backdoor Debbie 1, 2, and 3. Carl, some people like the smut films better than others, and I'm not going to judge you for that. I'm not a judgmental person. I think Tony agrees that those are great movies, so that's good. I want to go through Dallas. Snatch, I agree, great movie. Dazed and Confused, classic. Scarface, another classic. Football Factory, I still need to watch that. You told me to watch that. I need to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. Godfather 1, amazing movie. Lock, Stock, 2 Smoking Barrels. Full Metal Jacket, incredible movie. You want to talk about a war movie that's actually like kind of paints a picture?
Yeah. Full
Metal Jacket's incredible. Debbie Does Dallas, of course, you would put that in there. And then Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs. I'm embarrassed to say, Dal, I have not seen Reservoir Dogs. It's embarrassing.
Me neither.
That's embarrassing. What else do we have on here? Who else put them in here? We're going to change the title of this stream to Chelsea Match Reaction Movie Review. Yeah, Arsenal match review, movie review.
People are going to watch this on playback and think, what the hell are these guys doing?
Yeah, what the hell are these guys doing? Hey, we talked about football at the beginning. It's okay. If you're still with us, you're there. Yeah, Dazed and Confused, unbelievable. I did not know Rambo was filmed in Oregon.
Big up Tony. Wally, banging film. I love Wally. No, that's Wally? A good Disney movie. Yeah, that's a good Disney movie.
Yeah, it makes it tugs at the heartstrings.
You know, I had my little cousin over, and he's 9. Oh, maybe just turning 10. And you know, when you've got your little cousin, I don't kill me for opinions. We can discuss. You're all good. They got to you, man. They got to you.
There you go. Yeah.
I had my cousin around, and he was about 9, 10 years old. And obviously, like their whole TV and movie scenes changed, right? And he wanted to put a movie on, of course. I can't say no because it's a bit rude. He's the guest as well. And he put on this film called Luca. It's a Disney movie that came out 2 years ago, and I was watching it. There's that one funny thing in it, and maybe it's just because of my age, I don't know, but I found it the most boring thing. And I thought as a kid, how the hell did I watch these films? Like, there's some good ones that you can watch as an adult that are really good, but
yeah, because they put like, that's the thing about Disney movies is they do put little things in there for the adults.
Yeah,
so they don't like
Minions and stuff or whatever. Yeah, Despicable Me and Shrek. That's got to be a top 5. Shrek has got to be
absolutely.
That is that's the most innuendo movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Arsenal Forever's in here. Arsenal Forever, welcome back, my friend. Yes, we are. This is a match reaction and movie review. We are in the movie review section of we've gone completely off.
You change the background like a cinema.
Yeah, type. we won, and it doesn't really matter. So we're just going over movies right now. Yeah, why not? The season's over, so might as well. Yeah, Goodfellas. We talked about Goodfellas. Casino we didn't talk about. I love Casino.
What's my top rated film?
It's unbelievable. Yeah. before the next reaction show, you'll watch. I have to watch Reservoir Dogs and Football Factory. Those are the two movies that I will watch over the next couple of days.
If
and
you
I'll
if you
get back
gave
to
me
you
a
guys.
list of movies that are like really popular, you'd kill me because I haven't watched them. One film I've never watched, and you guys will probably kill me because most of you are probably way older than me.
Everybody roast him. Get ready to roast him.
Never seen Pulp Fiction.
Ooh, yeah,
Never
that's
seen
a bad
Pulp
one.
Fiction. I'm trying to
That's a good
find
one.
where my ratings are so I can. Where is it?
That's a good one. Avengers Assemble, and now there's Wally and
Yeah,
Coco.
the original
Fire.
Avengers is class.
Yeah,
so good.
Oh my god, I'm having a lot of trouble keeping up with these comments. The comment section is absolutely on fire. The latest Puss in Boots is fantastic. I would expect nothing less.
He's alright, to be fair.
I wouldn't. Sexy Beast, the Lego Movie. I never got into any of that stuff. The Business.
How can I forget? Star Wars, the Revenge of the Sith.
The originals.
No,
the originals.
Revenge of the Return of the Jedi.
Okay, look.
Don't understand the hype with Empire Strikes Back. I don't get it. I don't enjoy that film very much.
Okay, so here's
Return of the Jedi.
You want to know why it was a big deal, and maybe some of the guys in the comments will back it up. The bad guy won. That's why. It was so good because the bad guys were on top, and everybody, and it added a nuance to like, oh, this hero movie, this hero, star story. No, it was like that was why it was so big. And then Return of the Jedi just wasn't as good.
I love Return of the Jedi. I wanted to go watch because it's the 40th anniversary the other day. I wanted to go watch it. It was back in cinemas again, but I just didn't have the time. What do you guys think of the sequels to Star Wars? I think
the ones that came out in the 90s.
No, the sequels, the latest ones.
I liked them. I mean, they were different.
I would have ended 9. I'd have flipped. Would I? No. I mean, I wish it ended in we could have seen Han, Luke, and Leia all in one scene, but they didn't decide to do that.
Yeah. That's another movie I haven't seen, and I'm embarrassed. Yeah, go ahead and roast me. I've not seen Platoon. Go ahead and roast me. Yeah, and you find out that Vader is Luke's father. Like, that was a big deal. That was
because that was the
biggest deal.
Big, drop ever.
Yeah, no, that was a huge deal back then. That's hilarious. Hilarious. Let's see what else.
Here we go.
Natalie Portman in episode 1, 2, and 3. Lord have mercy. Yeah. My first Natalie Portman in anything like early aughts, early 2000s. Yeah, that was like I fancied Natalie Portman. Let's just
didn't everyone have like a massive crush on her in Star Wars?
Oh yeah, no, she was Padme, man. She was Padme. She was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, and Tony, I have an issue with this. Like leave well enough alone. That was my whole thing. Like the prequels were so bad, and like I really didn't like them at all. I think the ones that they just came out with, the whatever episode 10, 11, and 12 or whatever the fuck it was, they were good. I liked them as a continuation of the story. I thought the second one, what was that one called? Why am I losing it right now? I thought I had it. No, actually, yeah, the second one, I don't remember. The one where Luke is like a ghost, he's like dead, but he's a ghost, and the guy keeps firing on him. Yeah, Last Jedi. I thought the Last Jedi was great, and a lot of people were shitting all over it.
I don't like the storyline between Finn and Rose.
Nah,
that just wasn't needed.
Exactly.
But I do have all my top. So in this, get Letterboxd if you haven't, guys, on the App Store, Google Play. Get Letterboxd. You can rate all these films that you've seen on there. I'm going to give you all my 5-star films that I've seen. There's only about 10. So, and there's a lot of I've actually forgotten. So Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, I thought was fantastic. The Batman, the most recent one.
I did not see that. That was good.
Oh, you've got to watch it. You've got to watch it. Both Avengers Infinity War, Endgame, and the original.
Yeah.
Shawshank Redemption has been forgotten about.
Incredible movie.
Incredible movie. Zodiac. This is going to sound really creepy. I love murder mystery. You got it on Blu-ray, haven't you? I love murderer stories, if that makes sense. Yes. Fantastic movie.
The director's cut.
Oh, was it director's cut? Oh, yeah. Man. It is the most fantastic movie and the best cast ever.
I read the book too. I
Yeah.
went full in on the Zodiac.
Yeah, it's gonna sound weird, but I do enjoy like serial killer type movies, like
Yeah,
real
me too.
story.
Yeah. Pacific Northwest up there. Yeah, he was roaming around up there too. Ted Bundy was too. Freaking
Yeah, no,
Dal. You guys are
that,
all over the place.
what was that film with Zac Efron where he played Ted Bundy? That was a good film. It was
Oh,
extremely wicked, cruel, whatever it was. That film.
yeah, he was incredible in that
That was
movie
good.
too.
Well, not
I
I
need to
wouldn't call it
rewatch it.
5-star, but it was definitely a
It was
good
like
movie.
I would say 4. Oh, you want to know a funny tidbit about that?
Go on.
So when they were showing the Chi Omega house in the court scene where they were saying like, oh, Ted Bundy was here and he did this to the women or whatever, that house that they put in the movie was my frat house.
Oh, really?
So when I was in college, when I was in college, I went to Colorado State University. We Sigma Phi Epsilon. They literally put like a Chi Omega like screenshot on top of my frat house. That house is actually in Fort Collins, Colorado, and they were just like, "Oh, this is the Chi Omega house from Florida State." They probably couldn't use the actual Chi Omega house from Florida State, but yeah, that was my frat house in that movie.
Jesus.
Yeah,
And you
I
found
know.
that creepy.
I thought it was creepy. Information that nobody needed to know, but I just thought. But literally, it was like that scene in what's it called? That the GIF with Leo DiCaprio going like this,
Yeah,
pointing at the screen, that was me. I was like, oh shit.
Couple more. Literally,
Keep going.
5 stars. Prisoners with Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal. Have you seen
I
that?
haven't seen that one.
That is the most gut wrenching film you've ever watched in your life. I really recommend it. Prisoners. Bohemian Rhapsody about Queen.
Love that movie.
Harry Potter.
I wouldn't say it was like 5. I wouldn't say it was like 5 stars, but
no, I thought it was great.
It was great.
But again, I'm a big Queen fan, so Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. I think that was fantastic in my opinion.
I was never a Harry Potter guy, but
no,
okay.
I know. I'm surprised because a lot of Americans love Harry Potter.
I know. I'm just not. Wow. I'm not. I read up to the Goblet of Fire, and then I was like, yeah, I'm good.
And then this doesn't really. And then Hunger Games. I love Hunger Games.
I liked the Hunger Games. I'm a big fan.
To the new one this year, whatever it's called, and then the final one. It's not a film, but it's a TV series. It's a short TV series. Chernobyl. I thought Chernobyl was fantastic.
You need to watch The Last of Us if you like Chernobyl.
Oh, you're mad! Of course, I watched The Last of Us. I played the game.
I was gonna say. Oh, okay, good.
By the way, I was late. I've played it end of last year, so I finished the first one. And as soon as just before the show started, as soon as the show started, I started playing the second. Fantastic.
People in the chat really like Twilight. Apparently.
Oh,
sorry, I just wanted to.
And also, spoiler alert for Last of Us. I will not be able to hack season 2 when I see Joel on the canvas. And his head split open and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Oh, spoiler alert. Skip it.
Anyway, I'm gonna have to head off TJ.
All right. Yeah, me too. I got to get to rehearsal. Big up everybody in the chat. If I didn't get to your comment, just know that you're a legend and thank you for being here. You've
had very consistent viewers on the stream, man.
I know everybody's. The channel is killing it, and I'm very very lucky to have the support system we got out here. They're all legends. I'll name them real quick. Jamino, Long Haired Yeti, Carl Rossi, Dow. Who else we have in here? We had Mr. Tom in here. Arsenal Forever was in here earlier. Like everybody in here. Spencer was in here. Tony Claude was in here earlier. Big up everybody. Freaking Tony Ibarra was in here. If I'm saying that name wrong, I'm very, very sorry. So all you legends that came and watched and played along with us after we veered off into movie land, really, really appreciate it. You guys are all legends. Connor, call yourself out because I got to get to rehearsal too.
I'm an editor. Big up to TJ, by the way, for having me on. Great show once again.
Mm-hmm.
Not really a match reaction for the first 45 minutes, and then it was just a movie stream.
Hey, we're here to entertain. All right, if it goes, it goes.
Listen, it got the chat going. So here
absolutely.
We are. So I do editing. I've done all this work for TJ, as you can see here. But you can follow me on Instagram. It's on my thing whenever it pops up in the minute. CMO.editing on Instagram. Excuse me. CMO.editing on Instagram. So hit me up if you need any editing work for your social medias or YouTube. I'm happy to talk to absolutely anyone. Bit busy at the moment actually with a couple of jobs. So but more than happy to help anyone. And I don't have a channel. Well, I do, but I don't use it. And I'm on here to talk my opinion, really, and chat with a great load of people like you guys in the chat and TJ himself. So big up to all of you, and see you on the next one when that's probably I'll probably be on the match reaction for Newcastle. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, well, if I survive the match, if I do a watch along with Steve, I'm going to talk to him about it. If I survive that, I might do a match reaction.
Also, sorry for all the voice cracks. I am 119 going through at the moment, and also Mum's asleep next door, so I've got to try and be a little bit quiet.
Good job, man. Good job.
It is.
All right,
it's still midnight, so
yeah, it is what it is. It is, and again, Connor, thank you so much for all you do for us and for all you've done for me. First of all, because all of this is you. And then all you do for everybody graphically in our little in our little Instagram community. Yeah. You're an absolute legend. Okay, quick, TJ Warren TV. I have a show tomorrow. I'm doing a one-on-one interview with Deji Spurs. I'm just glad we didn't lose today because I would have gotten cooked on that show. So I'm really glad we didn't lose.
You can cook him now because
I'm gonna
was terrible.
I'm gonna saute the Arsenal Slayer. I love Deji, but man, good Lord.
What a legend. What a legend, man.
No. Follow him on Instagram. Number one, he's hilarious. Follow and he clips everybody. So it's funny. I get tagged in all these reels. I get tagged in all these reels. So I'm like, why?
Yeah, I think was I on Jez's show with him? I think I was on one show with him. He's a legend. He's funny.
Yeah, he's funny as hell. Yeah, no. Big up Deji Spurs. We like Deji. And then I will be doing a Newcastle preview with Strasburg Steve on Thursday. Just don't know what time that is yet. Good Lord, help us all. And then the normal American Idiot Show, Friday, 9 p.m. I am going to have Elias from Step Up Spurs on, and we have a couple of other guests that we're asking to get on to preview, just to help preview the Newcastle game as well as just preview some of the Premier League fixtures. We're coming down to the end of it, guys, so we're having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, and with that, thank you. Come on, you Gunners. 3-1 over Chelsea today. And we will see you next time.